invaluable is the why you want it. So your why and your want, take two, go back. No, and we can re-record this if you want to do that instead. Not right now, but we'll do it later. But it's again, it puts a quantifiable meaning. What does my business need to look like in order to make that happen? And then the invaluable is the why, the emotions, like it says, the things that you want to experience that you maybe wouldn't be able to do without your business. And then very important, when, because I could put all the dreams together, I could put all the things I want together, but until I got down to the goal setting part of it, specific, when do I want to make this happen by? When I gave myself time, a time frame in order to get it done, that made a big difference as well. And then shared that time frame, right? I could stretch it a little bit, but I found that I never got started unless I set a time frame to that and really worked through all of the things that are on this slide that we talked about. And and then learning to keep going on this goal. I kind of think about it like if you're on a road trip, right? And as you're putting these things together, you're going to encounter some hurdles, some stopping points that can kind of throw you off track a little bit. And I think about it if I'm on a road trip and I come upon a road closure. I have two options, right? So if I'm hitting a snag with my goal that I'm on, what I'm working toward, it's kind of like that road trip. And then I could sit there and wait for the road to open again, or I could find another path to get around it and continue on this journey that I'm on. So as you're setting these goals and putting things together, really plan ahead for what am I going to do if things take a little bit of a sidestep, and know that I was just determined enough to say nothing's going to stop me from what I want to do. I'm just may have to refocus and refigure out some other things that I'm doing, right? So let's think about our new consultants getting started, but even consultants that you might have on your team already that are a little stuck, or maybe you're a little stuck in what you want to be doing, right? So really looking at what kind of earnings make a difference. And when you look in our industry, $400 to $500 a month means a lot, an awful lot to a whole lot of people, right? So just being able to help them, we'll just use 500, just being able to help people earn an extra $500 a month, that is huge for a lot of people. That makes a big difference for a lot of people. And I love to talk parties. I'm a party girl. Um, in a good sense of the way. And when I started 35 years ago, the only way to party was in home, right? I didn't have all the technology that you have right now. So there are many different ways to do parties. And if you think about them, you have events as well. Events are very successful, especially in Canada. You guys in Canada like rock your events. I tell you what. So you can do events, you can do parties in person, my favorite. I love that we're on Zoom. It would be even more wonderful if we were sitting around Melanie's living room right now, all together. Just can your living room hold 25 of us, Melanie? Uh, we'd be sitting on top
I
of each
sure
other.
can. We got room
Yeah.
for you.
Okay, great. That would have been even more fun to be together. But the next best thing, I love Zoom, so we can see each other, so we can chat here. You can do Facebook, you can do Instagram parties, you can do texting parties. There's so many different ways to do that. But I love making the party my office. I loved that in a party environment, I can sell, I can meet new people, I can book new parties, I can find new consultants. It was just a way to maximize my time, was using the party to book, sell, recruit, right? It's just a great way to do that, and teaching our consultants to do that and giving them the easy button. To me, the party is the easy button. Once you get them going, that might take a little while, and it may take tenacity and determination, so you don't want to give up. Yeah, Marilyn, just wish you getting the bookings, right? That's another class. We can do the booking class, but you just keep offering. And for me, when my calendar looked a little lighter than I wanted, I just held my own. I just invited a few people over. I did me and three parties where it's just like you and three other people just sitting around your kitchen table or just connecting together and however it works best for you. And it's amazing what you can do with that. Not every party has to be 12 people or whatever in attendance. They can be a variety of different sizes. So um, you just have to determine why it is you want it, and then you just keep working and moving forward and don't give up and don't get discouraged, which is easy to say, hard to do. But the more you focus on it and do that, then the easier it gets for you, right? And I love a host because a host brings you their people. They bring their friends to you, whether it's a few or you can have a party of 10, right? And or an event that you're meeting 10 new people and moving forward. But if you look at even a low party average of $500, doing three of them in a month at $175 per party, right? At your 35%, you're going to have $525 from that. And we know some can be less, some are quite a bit more. So you just have to determine really once you figure out what it is you want and why you want it, how are you going to go get it? Then what are the steps you're going to do to go and get that? And if you can help people joining in on your new on your team or yourself or others on your team to earn $400 or $500 a month on a consistent average basis, then that's making a huge impact to a lot of families out there. So we just have to go and get it. And when you, as a leader, are modeling the way for them and showing them how to do it, I did two parties a week, every week for many, many, many years. And I just worked hard at it. And I wasn't good at it. I'm sure I just said, you don't want to do one of these parties, do you? That's probably how I started. I just got better and better at it. And the more people you're meeting, the more opportunities you have to gather people together, however you want to party, however you want to get those sales in. It just makes a difference when you just go get it and have enough tenacity to not give up, also not to beat ourselves up, right? Because things don't always happen the way we want them to. And then we start to get down on ourselves as well. And that's where you have to dig in and go, I just haven't done it yet. I just haven't done it yet, but it's going to happen. And this leadership team is great. You have leaders that have powered through and gotten things together. They've had times when things have fallen apart, but they just keep building and working. And you can do it too. You can absolutely do it too if that's what you want to do. And that's what I encourage you to keep going after and helping any of your new consultants coming in, as long as I'll partner with you to make that happen as well. So sometimes you've got consultants on your team that they just kind of are losing steam or they're not connecting. And here's just some word choices. You can take a screenshot of this or something to just kind of reconnect them back with your why. And that's why it's important when they get started or for you to really have that why. And if they're starting to pull back a little bit, to try and get them back to that and what it is they want and why they want it, and to really partner with them to help them connect back if they're willing to do it. If they're not, what I would always say is, I'm right here ready to help you when you're ready. All you need to do is reach out to me. And then I stay in touch with them periodically, but it gave me, I didn't beat myself up because they weren't doing what they wanted to do, because I can only guide and support. It's up to them to make it happen. But the more people on your team that are achieving their success, even if it's a party a month, that's successful if that's what they want to do. And the more you can share that with your team and they're sharing it with each other, then it really looks like, hey, this is what's available and this is what's happening. So we just have to find out what their goals are and partner with them as much as they're willing to help us partner with them, right? And getting into leadership is another way to help too, building team coordinators, and when new consultants can start with friends or family members, they definitely stay engaged. You can see 90% are more likely to stay engaged throughout their first 90 days if they join with a friend. So talking to them about, who's so much fun, who would be so much fun to have work this business with, because when they do have a friend that joins them, they stay more engaged. They have a partner that they know that works together and can keep them engaged. And it's a step toward team coordinator when they start recruiting as well. So just if they'll be accountable and work with you, then you know you've got somebody that's going to be more engaged, maybe. But again, if they're not, you've tried, you've done your best, and it's up to them to want this. We can't want it more for them than they want for themselves. So again, important to remind yourselves of that. But how many of you love our Bright Start program? I love our Bright Start program, right? It's so simple. It's much easier to just remember what that program is. So we're just going to walk through it really, really quickly. But it's really oh, good. I'm glad you love it. Hearing love for the Bright Start. So simple to say, I can remember what you need to do, right? Just 500 in your first 15 days, your first 30, and then your next 30 days, another, and then the 45 days, right? 500, 500, 500. So really just saying we have a plan that is going to help you get started in your business. So let me tell you what's in it for you when you do this business, right? According to this plan. So in your first 15 days, $500. Now, party is a great way to do that. You can collect orders, whatever it takes to get to your 500. That's $175 in income for you, plus this kitchen essential package, right? Then do it again in your next 15 days, another $175 plus the bathroom essentials package, and then do it again in the next 15 days. And you're going to receive another $175 plus the laundry package. So $525 with that 1,500 in sales. Now, of course, you can do it earlier than that if you want to, and you still scoop it up. We have new consultants that have done 1,500 in their first 15 days or 30 days. So it doesn't have to be that parted out like that. But for a lot of people, it's like, okay, I could do maybe a party every 2 weeks and make that happen. So this is a great roadmap to making it happen. You can also just do this roadmap for people who are they don't get these packages, but they can earn like that in a 15, 30, 45 days as a plan for them to kind of re-engage or for yourself to re-engage. And when they do it in a party, they get free product, right? When they're doing it as a host to get started, they're getting free product as well, or they're gifting free product with other people. And I would encourage you to once in a while, even as a team, maybe you might want to do this. I on my team would do kind of goal for the goal months where all of us were out in a 1 month time frame or 2 month time frame where we were all going for a specific goal ourselves. And we just had fun doing it together. We had some prizes we gave away, but just creating that excitement within your team or a couple of teams getting together, sometimes just kind of coming together to say, hey, who wants to go after something that you really want? And let's make it happen in this next month or these next 2 months, kind of rallies the team to start doing that kind of thing together too. So I love doing go for the goal months. And as a leader, when I did them, everybody that was going to do that, we shared what our goals were. And it was so much fun to celebrate the successes after we did that. We all shared what we were working toward and kept each other excited and then would celebrate together. And I would do a few prizes and things like that for anybody who made that goal. So it's something that you could try and create within your team, even just by getting a couple of people on your team to make that happen. It creates that momentum and shows people what's possible, right? So in your Bright Start, and as your new consultants are coming on board, they're pretty excited, right? So excitement partnered with training. So you want to teach them how to book parties, how to hold a party. I'm a big advocate of party cards. I keep them handy here. And you can buy these party cards. They come in with every kit, but it just shows you how to do a party. So I would have loved having this when I started. And I think this is a great thing to even take to parties or show whatever party you're doing to say, hey, if you're thinking about starting a business and going after some things you want for your family, guess what? You get started with exactly how to do it. These cards walk you through exactly how to do a party. And I would put these on my display, even if you don't need them, just to say, hey, everybody can start with these cards right here. So if I was Melanie, I'd be sitting at Melanie's party going, darn, she's good. I don't know if I could be that good. But if Melanie has these cards and saying, everybody can start like this. So you can learn very simply how to do a party. It's a great recruiting tip if you're using those and talking to them as well. But anybody can get those and use them to do a party. Great piece. Training on the resource. There's an incredible amount of training on the resource. The training team has done an incredible job putting it together. Gaylan, my friend, you're still using your party cards. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because I couldn't do a party like Gaylan. I'd be wanting to see there's a tool there, there's an aid. I don't have to be her instantly. I can learn how to do what she does, but it might seem out of reach for me if Gaylan wasn't at her party going, hey, you can do this too, and there are tools to help you, right? So training on the resource. Now don't send them back there and go, okay, go find stuff. Pick a couple of things, direct them on how to find them and go, this is a great tool to help you get started, right? Training is important for them to feel like they've got some tools, right? So you're the one who's guiding them to those tools, which leads to my next thing. That's
Shannon had a great question. She
oh,
said, do new consultants receive party cards with all the joining options?
they do. They receive them in all their kits. So
Even
um,
the sample kit, all of them. That's
yeah,
great.
yeah, they do. That's what I've been told. I have not personally gotten each one of those kits, but that's what I'm told. You can also print them. Like I wouldn't want to print them, but you can go to them on the resource. They are on the resource, so you could look through them and send people there to look through them, right? So
You can order them as well,
you
right?
can.
So if anybody's joined a long time ago and you want to see what the new ones look like and have a physical copy, I did and I love it. I love mine.
Yes,
They're
you can.
great graphics as well with stats and
Mhm.
whatever that you can use in your
Yeah,
parties. They're fantastic. So if you don't have the new ones, I would strongly recommend going in a personal order and getting yourself some.
love it. Yeah, thank you, Melanie. And I love what I call a talking display. So I would take a few of these, put them in a little stand. So at your party, as people are walking around and looking, they can read these. At an event, these are great in an event because there are some of these on here that you can put and they're stopping and reading them. You want them to stop, right, in an event. So you're like, oh gosh, I see you're reading about our skincare. Can I tell you a little bit more about it? Because, oh my gosh, it's my favorite. Things like that. So talking display when you can't talk to them, they're being pulled in like this. Okay, I want to read what Jacqueline put last night. My live was sharing the opportunity, explain anyone can do this, and you don't have to remember everything. Showed them your cheat sheet. Yeah, I love it. Love it, love it. Use my cards after 4 years, right? And absolutely. Done. Yeah, I used mine Sunday. Great refresher reminder I glanced. Yeah, what's the difference with the new ones? They just get updated and new cards are added or cards are tweaked, etc. But yeah, you can look them over on the resource and see what ones are different. Laminated them. Yeah, love that. It was an idea Sheila mentioned. Oh, love that. Love that woman. Okay, so excitement with some training behind it equals success, right? And you don't have to learn everything before you jump in and get going, right? So, um, and really what happens when you're working with people is helping them to get their first parties up if they're willing to do it and helping them prepare for a launch party. I think everyone who starts should have a party even if they're not sure they want to have parties. I wasn't going to have any parties. I wasn't going to do it. Wasn't going to happen. But dear Barb, she just kept encouraging me, have one, have a few people over. So I invited like 20 some and five ladies showed up, right? And they were judging me like I was in the Olympics. They started holding up signs at my party. I'm like, what are you guys doing? They're like, oh, that was good. Oh, that wasn't so good. So if I could survive that, anybody can survive a party. But it got me my first two bookings. And then I got more, and then I got more, and then I got more, and away I went. So really help people brainstorming who they know too is really important. Like, who do you know that would be people that would be fun to hold your first parties with? let's brainstorm. Spend some time with these new consultants, or if you're re-engaging consultants or for yourself, spend some time with yourself because you're great company, first of all. But also think of who you know, right? Think of people who want more product, who are fun. They love to get together with people. Think of people who are on Facebook that have a big community. They could do a Facebook party. But really sit down with yourself or your new consultants and help them brainstorm because it's really important for you to partner with your consultants, your new consultants, to help them create the kind of business they want. And going back to, again, why they're doing this and what they want from it. Always tie it back to that and really have them write down those reasons why they want it and what they want, because those reasons are what keep us moving forward when the no's come into place, right? And that's why it's so important for you to continue connecting with them. Um, and then piecemealing out for new consultants and for your consultants who are re-engaging. Because if we do it all at once on the first call, which I know I did, I'm like, I've got 900 things to teach you. And then they're like, what in the world did I just sign up for? This is ridiculous because I can't possibly remember all this stuff, right? Then they get confused, they get a little scared of what they're doing. This is overloading. That's why starting with one party and then do another one and then do another one, right? You're piecemealing out what they need to know. And then teaching them to be self learners as well with the party cards. Just read through those and let me know what you're learning through that. You can send them to the resource, but send them somewhere specifically because they can on their own go and look for it, but don't just send them back there and go, hey, check out the resource. And I'm like, oh my gosh, send them somewhere specifically. So you're piecemealing a few things out for them. So they're kind of learning as they're earning, right? That helps keep from that confusion and that kind of fear of, oh my gosh, what did I just do? And then when they tend to reach that 45 to 90 days, they've built some confidence. They're building their skill sets and they're like, okay, I've survived this. I can move forward. And a lot of you can think back to how you felt when you first started, and you may be excitement on fire, right? Or you may have been scared. I was terrified and I thought, I don't know why I'm doing this. And I know I'm not going to be good at it. But you know what? I did a party and then another one and another one. And pretty soon I'm like, I can do this. And then I started looking for new consultants. And then I started becoming a leader. It was a piecemeal out for me too. And that's the way a lot of people are. They're just learning and piecemealing as they go. So as you're thinking about new consultants and getting started, I love, again, this Bright Start program because every new consultant, if I was training new consultants right now and bringing them in, or bringing new consultants in myself, I would just say, put yourself in my hands for these first 45 days in your business. Let's partner together. Let me give you a pathway that should allow you to earn this. And if we have little detours, we'll work them through together. But I would love for you to earn over $500 in your first 45 days in the business. You can do it shorter than that. You don't have to wait 45 days. And also scoop up some great product for free. And we have this incredible 5 steps to a strong start to your business. So first of all, let's talk about what it is you want and why you're doing this. And then I would be honored to partner alongside you, whether it's a new consultant or a consultant on your team that you want to re-energize. Now, they're not going to earn the Bright Start again, but they could host their own parties and earn free product through that process as well. So they could even brainstorm with 3 different groups of people that they know and have 3 of their own parties with different groups of people, or talk to their best friend, help them brainstorm who would be a great person to help you relaunch your business, or who are 3 great people to help you start your business. Let's talk through that. And again, you can only help people as far as they want to be helped, and you can only help yourself as far as you want to help yourself, right? Because I had times I had to relaunch again, and my why and my what I wanted became very strong in those moments for me to be able to do it and to move forward. So and another piece that I love about Bright Start is the golden tickets. So it talks to join with friends. And many of you might know Sonia Eckel, right? Or have heard of her. She's one of our top leaders in the US. And I've had a privilege of working alongside her this whole time I've been 12 years, I guess it is now, at Norwex. And I love her story about how she and Tiana Doherty, she was her first consultant, and they were really good friends. And they're both top leaders in our company. They started, Sonia came in, Tiana came in right behind her, and the two of them just partnered together and worked together and had fun doing it. So, starting with a friend, and many of you may have done that as well. Start with a friend, and you never know what's going to happen, because then you're right at the same level working together. And then you, as the person who recruited them or your upline leader, investing in them, not overwhelming them, but piecemeal investing in them, and staying connected with them again as much as they'll allow you to do that. And if it doesn't work, it's not because you did anything wrong. They just made a choice that they didn't want to do it, or right now wasn't a great time. And you just keep checking back with them, but telling them, this business is waiting for you. And I love helping people start and build a business. It's ready for you when you're ready, and I'm ready to partner with you. So, again, it's not your fault if they choose not to. All you're doing is inviting and using these steps and partnering with these incredible leaders in your organization. You're all so talented and have such talented leadership that they're ready to help you and support you. I'm here ready to help you and support you. If you're, I don't know, are we all leaders on here, Melanie?
Everybody has at least one teammate.
Okay, great. Because I'm
We got a
working.
mix.
Okay, I love it. I love it. And I'm working now, doing some TC clubs. So working with consultants who want to promote to team coordinator. I am having a ball. We had our first series of four. We're in almost to the end of our second series of four. Next Thursday night at 6 o'clock Central and 8 o'clock Central, we're going to be talking about onboarding. And then I'll have more series of calls here happening in the new year as well. But I'm available if I can help you and you want to have a call or talk through, or join into any of these things that we're doing. I'd love to have you as well. So you have lots and lots. Oh, Paula, we've had fun, haven't we, girl? Um, you have lots of support. You have lots of opportunity. It's really just up to you to say, I want it. Here's what I want. Here's why I want it. I encourage you to get your family involved. My favorite thing to do is to show new consultants' families the blessings and benefits that come from this business. So, starting with a goal. Um, and I talk about sofas a lot. I don't know why I've helped a lot of people get sofas over all these years. But if somebody wanted a sofa, I would be saying, okay, so have you picked it out? Yeah, how much is it? It's $500. Okay, great. And you know where it is and where you're going to buy it. Does your family know about this? Are they excited to help you earn this sofa? Absolutely. The more you can get that, I want to work for this, then they're even more invested. And I love something that the family can enjoy, because when they earn that sofa, and again, I'm going to help them break it down. This is how much you have to sell. So party is going to get you there fastest, but you can get it multiple different ways. What I love about doing something that the family can enjoy is because they're having movie night, right? They're sitting on their new sofa. What are they thinking? Oh my gosh, mom had these crazy parties and she's with Norwex and we're sitting on this sofa because of the business that the family built together. So I love those tangibles that can come home to the family. That's when Dan really started getting on board. And I have an amazing husband, but he wasn't always, he thought it was a little weird when I started doing this, I'll just be honest. And then I was gone because I was doing in-person parties, right? So I would be gone twice a week. But pretty soon he's enjoying the money that's coming in from the business. And he realized I just popped out, did a couple parties a week, and otherwise I was home, right? So the family comes along when the blessings are happening and when you're happy with your business, they're more willing to support it. When I would get down, Dan's like, just quit. I'm like, no, I don't want to. I'm too stubborn. But the family will get excited about it when there are things you're working for and you're excited about your business. And I will tell you, anything is possible. In all of these years, and your leaders will tell you this too, there have been so many blessings that come from having your own business that you don't even know until you jump in and go for a goal, long term or short term, right, Jacqueline? Um, it's just amazing the joy that it brings you, the joy it brings when you help other people start and build a business. I've been blessed to walk alongside so many amazing people in these 35 years that it just fills my cup as you're helping other people. And I know your leaders feel the same way, right? So, oh, goal, sales leader by the end of the year, go Marilyn, you can do it. You can do it. And Gilan always set short and long-term goals. Love it, because the short term are going to get you to those long term, right? Those stepping stones. Because if your goal is to buy a house, it's going to take you a few more than a couple of parties. I'm telling you, you want to set some short-term ones along the way to get to that big goal. But this team is a big dreaming team, and there have been some amazing goals that have happened because you're working together and making it happen. So I'm going to
Kathy,
stop.
can we flip back to the
Oh,
first slides with the cycle because I didn't record that part. That would
okay.
be great. Some of those really early on
Oh,
slides.
all right.
When you're
Then
talking about husband, man, my husband used to tell people like, "Oh, it's her hobby," and then all of a sudden money started coming in. He was like, "Oh
oh
yeah, she has a business. She's very
yeah,
successful." Suddenly, the talk totally changed, eh? That's
yeah,
amazing.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. I know Debbie talks
yeah,
about this.
perfect.
This was totally Dan and I too. It was like my little thing that I did. Then it became my business, and then it became our business, right?
Yeah.
Debbie were the same way. Dan and I were the same way. Just the more success that you have. So, do you want me to just go to the full cycle? Uh,
Yeah, just quickly for those who missed it at the beginning, those watching the recording, I think this is so powerful. Yeah, I'll let you speak real quick.
Yeah, absolutely, Melanie. Thanks for sending us back here. So this is just the cycle of engaging your new team members and even your team members who may have stepped away for a while to re-engage them in their business. So when they start, they're really excited, right? You think about when you started. Some of you may have been a little terrified, but there's some excitement and possibility that you're thinking of, oh gosh, this could allow us to do some of the things that we want to do, or you to do some of the things. That excitement then kind of goes into doubt of, oh my goodness, what did I just do? Like I went through that. Some of you others may have gone through that too. It's like, what did you just sign up for? Oh my gosh, I don't think I can do this. What was I thinking? Right? That doubt kind of sets in once that excitement of starting can kind of wear off. What keeps that doubt from happening is you partnering with them to even tell them. You may even think, oh my goodness, what have I done? Talk to that. Talk to something so that they know when it happens. You know it might happen. You got to call me because we're going to talk through it, right? I am here. I'm your partner. We're going to do this together. Because if they live in doubt very long, they start to disengage in their business and they're thinking, oh dear, I can't do this. What was I thinking, right? So your partnership with them is so important to keep them in that excitement level, which then they can re-engage. So they're, if they become disengaged, they're either going to re-engage or they might think, I just can't do this and I'm not going to, right? So these are pivotal points in their business where you really want to be connected with them to help them through that, because I'm sure all of you have felt that. I certainly did. And it was my sponsor, Barb, who just kept in touch with me and kept working with me, and she made it fun. She was a beautiful person who became one of my dearest friends in the world, and I would not be here without her. Truly wouldn't. So it's important that you stay with your new consultants through this process. And I just said, put yourself in my hands for the next 30, 60, 90 days and let's check off something on your want. So get a short term want together, right? And let's get that for you. And then you can see the process along the way. But let me help you in these first 90 days to earn some income, to get something that you want. And then along the way, you can evaluate. And if you ever feel like, oh my goodness, what have I just done? All you have to do is pick up the phone and call me or send me a text going, help, I'm in doubt right now and I'm going to help you through it because I know what you're going through. I did it myself when I first started. Those types of things make a big difference. Okay, any other slide we want to review really quick again, Melanie?
Yeah, I think your next one just looked at what do we do to keep them? Yeah. So
Right.
I love the visual of that cycle because it gets us thinking about that this is a natural cycle for
Mhm.
everybody, not only when they start, but throughout their journey. It is natural cycle for people to kind of go through and then hit that point where they start to disengage a bit and then they have to decide, am I going to exit or re-engage, and how do we keep them re-engaging whether they just joined a month ago or they joined 5 years ago. Everybody keeps going through that cycle, and and we might feel ourselves going through, you might feel yourself disengaging. The best thing to do is that connection with people. Show up at an in-person event. That'll get you re-engaged in a hurry, right? Start rethinking your why, start resetting those smaller goals, and then it gets you looking at your bigger goals and why are you doing this in the first place, revisiting your why. But I think it all comes down to, when it comes to the new consultants, but also those who've been around for a while, when you experience small successes, right, it rebuilds your confidence and makes you want more.
Love
So,
it.
and for us, it's just keeping that connection alive. And right now, we're in the middle of an engagement month as a team. We are in a consultant appreciation biannual month. And this is really a chance, and I challenge every single one of you to not just throw something in a group chat or post things in a team page, but to do those personal reach outs with a voice note, or like make it personal, pick up the phone, whatever, or at least write a personal message to connect with them, to just a service call, to let people know that they're appreciated, that you're like, I was doing a bunch of voice notes and I'm like, wow, you know what? Coming in February, that will have been 6 years that you've been with me. And then they message me back. They're like, 6 years. Wow. And they might be totally casual people, but they love that I take the time to just check in. They love that I love what you said. You can't make them want something that they don't want, and you can't beat yourself up if they don't want it right now, or they're not putting the energy you wish they were. I remember it being said, you walk with the walkers, you run with the runners, and you wave at the sitters. Wherever they're at on their journey, right? You're going to meet them where they're at, but you don't stop and sit with the sitters, those that are kind of on pause and not doing anything. We don't stop and sit, but we like wave and touch base and let them know we're still here. We keep that connection alive, and we don't, every time you connect with them is not just to say, hey, by the way, did you place an order? Or by the way, spend some money. Like, you got to connect, be like, hey, how's it going? Like, Merry Christmas. What do you guys, how's your family? What's going on? Like, you want to keep the personal, it's all about personal connection. And they will come back. They will stay for the relationships. They come for the products, they come maybe for the income, they come for various reasons, but I find people will stay because of their relationships. And that's what will keep them from going, oh my gosh, fully disengage and exit. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, that was a lot, but
That was wonderful, Melanie. Great. Great.
yeah, perfect. Thank you so much, Kathy. Thanks everybody for joining us. Hopefully, we were able to recap some of those things that we missed at the beginning. Apologies to those of you joining us with the replay. I missed recording the first bit, but those were some of the key slides at the beginning that you missed. Yeah, so thanks everybody. I love reading the chat as well. So many of you on live. Way to go for taking the time to invest in yourself, in your business. And that's my challenge to you. Do those personal reach outs. This is a consultant appreciation month. If you haven't done that yet, whether you have one person on your team or you have 25 or you have 50 or however many people on your team, whether they are dormant or whatever, and learn how to use your consultant office and your team relationship manager. And go under team relationship manager and then look at activity And then you can see how close they are to engage, how close they are to active, if they're about to go dormant or about to be removed. You know, those are the kind of things you want to look at because they're not paying attention to their accounts if they're super casuals. So it's that's just one way that we can serve them. And I get thank yous all the time for just taking the time to say like, hey, by the way, did you know? You know, you're like, we've got all kinds of things. Some people don't even know. Did you know you're like $5 away from getting engaged and getting into these daily draws right now? They don't know. They're not paying attention to their accounts. But that's one way we could be serving them, especially in a month like this when so much is going on. We can't assume that they see posts. You can't assume that they see a group chat. People are very good at ignoring all of that. But a personal reach out from you, who they joined with in the first place, a voice note, a personal note of like, how's it going? Hey, I thought you would love this. And I often just end with like, just keeping you in the loop. Kind of adds like no pressure, you know? No pressure. I'm just keeping you in the loop. Just want you to know what's going on if it's of interest. And you'd be surprised. They're like, wow, thanks. I didn't know. They have no idea. And you think like, oh my gosh, I've been talking about this ad nauseum. I've been posting about it like crazy. I've been messaging in the group chat forever. They may not have seen that a single time. So don't assume that they see any of those things. Do those personal reach outs. It really, really goes a long way. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone. Yes, voice notes are huge. People can hear your voice, whether it's sick or not. It shows just that you care, you know? It's sincere, it's from the heart, it's not scripted. I'm not reading off a script. I'm just talking to that person like they're standing in front of me. And that goes a long way.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we will wrap it up. And just thank you so much, Kathy, for taking the time to join us from your balmy Texas. And
Yes, thank you again for inviting me. I love spending time with all of you. So thank you. What a privilege.
much appreciated. All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us. And don't hesitate to reach out to your leaders. We are all here to help and support you, as is Kathy, as are our RSMs for Eastern Ontario, Eastern Canada. We've got Megan Ranko. For Western Canada, we have Michelle Lalonde. So they are there for all of us. They have those TC plus calls every Friday. Hop in on those if you're able. Anyway, and the TC calls with Kathy. So lots going on. So thank you to Home Office. All right.
All
Have
right.
a great night, everyone.
Good night, all.